Hi, I'm Jude Kirkham. Welcome to Let's Go Shopping. I'm actually starting today off out on location, so why don't you come along with me? Andrea, absolutely divine this time of year and so needed, aren't they?
I know, aren't they beautiful? I know, definitely need them in the mornings with all these frosts and things.
Absolutely, we do. Now, you've got three gorgeous colours.
We have, and the thing is, they're at a fantastic price, $31, I think. We'll better check that.
Oh my gosh.
Is that right?
They
yes,
are too.
Just $31.
Possum and merino,
yes,
these are,
and so
folks.
You get that beautiful, beautiful softness as well. And then if people are after, we've got the fingerless ones as well, which people love the fingerless ones because you can still put your hands in your pockets and get your coins out and use your keys and all those sorts of things.
And scratch your face without actually getting all the wool over it as well.
More importantly, use your iPhone, your smartphone, which is clearly the key to everything. But one interesting fact as well, even if you've got the gloves like with the full-fingered ones that you have there, you can actually get a special wee thread that you sew into the finger that you can use your smartphone with.
Oh, you're joking.
No, I need to try and track some down. Maybe I need to start selling that.
I think that's a really good idea. Hats, now goodness me, I had mine on this morning. Beautiful, look at these, even for the children, $33, absolutely stunning, aren't they?
And you feel that softness,
Oh,
and they've
gosh,
got they stay on really well, and we've got those lovely bigger cable knit ones.
Oh yeah, and I still love the pom-pom hats, they still look so divine, don't
they?
they?
They've been really, really popular.
I bet they have.
As well.
Now you do the lovely sets here as well, Andrea?
Yes, so we've got a lovely loop scarf, which is a really, really versatile scarf, and then the wee hats as well. And then we can't forget the poncho, which I'm my usual uniform.
Of course.
So they come in all those same colours, and we've even got heavier. Heavyweight poncho here as well, which zips out to be a full knee rug size. So really versatile, great for travel and things like that. So we've got
it can double up as a rug or a poncho.
Or a poncho, yes.
Love it. Now, what a beautiful selection of alpaca you've got here. Very classic colours, all the neutrals.
They are beautiful.
Aren't
so
they stunning?
again, all this alpaca here is all undyed. So
it's
you've
just
got your beautiful
Andrea.
cream, you've got your greys, your browns, and then you've got your deep charcoals and blacks and things as well.
Absolutely
And
beautiful.
we've got some more of our checks down on the couch here, which are stunning.
Aren't they beautiful?
So this one here is just snuggly. You just really want to be snuggled up on that one. And then if we look over to the shelf here, we've got all our gorgeous mohair range. So we've got almost 40 colours. So you can see them all there, heaps and heaps of options. And then we've also got a few checks here as well, which are lovely. But one of our most exciting things about the store is obviously our seconds and samples and end of lines area. And what about this one?
Gorgeous, absolutely
beautiful?
stunning. The mohair store down here, Beckenham Central, 140, Beckenham's, Colombo Street.
Yes.
I'm all tongue-tied, it's too frosty.
I know, corner of Colombo and Tennyson Street.
We'll get it right, Colombo and Tennyson at Beckenham Central, high five. We did it. The Mohair Store, 140 Colombo Street in Beckenham Central, which is on the corner of Tennyson Street and Colombo. Grant from Eastern Dry Cleaners joins us. Welcome, Grant.
Thank you, Jude.
Grant, it's winter time and of course the kilts are back out for the schoolgirls.
Yes, and we're coming up to school holidays in a few weeks' time, so now's the time to be organising to get school uniforms cleaned and repaired if repairs are necessary.
Super.
And a lot of folks do leave it to the school holidays before they do clean them. So sometimes the child wears the kilt or the school blazer for a whole term before it gets cleaned. And when it comes in for cleaning, it can be pretty bad.
I can imagine.
Sometimes we have to dry clean them 2 or 3 times and treat stains and things before we can actually get them to a state where they're ready to press and look smart.
Goodness.
But one thing to avoid is washing them at home.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Now,
what kind of pitfalls can they come into there? It just ruins a they're expensive items.
Well, they are expensive items. And so a lady turns up at our front door. She said, comes into the shop, she says, I decided to wash the kilt and try and save the money on getting it dry cleaned, but I can't press this. Can you press it for me? And we say, well, yes, we'd be delighted to press it for you, but there's so much work involved in this, we're going to charge you nearly as much as if we'd actually dry cleaned it and pressed it for you. Because when you dry clean it, the pleats don't drop out.
Right.
So it's much easier to press, but you can see this is all wrinkled and twisted and everything, and
you're basically putting the pleats back into it again, aren't you?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And you can imagine that our presser thinks, this is going to take a long time.
Oh, I bet. I can imagine.
Here's one that has been beautifully cleaned and pressed. And you can see it's got the box pleats on it. And you'll see that each pleat carefully follows the line of the tartan. And this is one that our pressers aren't that fussed on, but you can see it's been beautifully pressed, except that I've gone and squashed it.
Gosh, let me hold that up, because that will actually... Oh, sorry, Grant, I'm just about choking
all these little pencil pleats, they can take a lot of doing.
Absolutely. Good God, I wouldn't want that job. Oh, that's incredible. Yeah.
Bring your school uniforms to us and we'll have your little darling looking really smart to start the school term.
Absolutely, they're expensive items, so make sure you look after them properly. Eastern Dry Cleaners Limited, it's a free pick-up and delivery of your drapes or clothing as well.
Clothing from the workplace.
Okay, at your home or your workplace, they operate citywide, 379 4600. Huge welcome to John from Duchenne Dental. Hi, John.
How are things?
Very good. Now, you've been jet-setting around with your work.
I have.
What's all this about?
I'll tell you in a minute. So, remember, we've just done a brief history of some of the significant changes in the denture world.
We did indeed.
And implants was one. Injection moulding, BPS, was another one. And Dr. Abe from Japan. And I've just been over with Japan from a colleague from Melbourne and Sydney as well. And there's Dr. Abe just coming up now on the right, and me in the centre, and part of his team. Just to the left of me is a patient that I treated over there.
Oh, fabulous.
And he's come up with a concept of suction, increasing the suction of, that's his book there.
Wow.
It is a significant way we now think about approaching lower denture design and getting suction. And there's lots of things that we've noticed over the years as clinicians and really probably failed to comprehend the significance of those.
Yes.
And he spent his life coming up with this concept and techniques.
Okay, now you mentioned the lower. Is this something that isn't used on the upper? Or?
Well, no, yes, the upper denture, it's about suction. And our ear gets in under dentures and you lose that suction.
Yes.
An upper denture, we generally don't have a lot of problem with suction as a general rule.
Is that right?
And
with gravity, you'd think it would be that way around, wouldn't it?
And the lower denture, our conventional thinking, if the voucher is increasing the support area, and also sometimes the design lets air get under the denture, so it loses suction.
Right.
So, it challenged my thinking. And so part of my thing now, as I've spent the days and read the book, is to introduce that into our practice.
You're very good at keeping up with all the latest and greatest technology. It's something you're really passionate about, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you take this back then to your professionals that work for you?
Yes. So we're actually off to Melbourne. Dr. Abe's coming out to Sydney. He's doing lectures in Sydney and Melbourne next month.
Great.
So I'm taking a team, part of our team over to listen to him, and we will be introducing it into our practice because it is such a significant change, and looking forward to it and teaching it to others.
Goodness me. And tell me, how's the Colombo Street?
Colombo is going very, very well.
Fantastic. Very good indeed. Look, for any of your dental needs or just inquiries, you have a fantastic DVD as well that people can come and pick up, or you'll post out, won't you? Make sure you contact Duchenne Dental at 236 Springfield Road in Maryvale, phone 375 4444 or website duchenne.co.nz.
Property management, it's a big business, it's an important business, and the people at Top Realty are excellent at doing it. Hi Joe, hi Sharon, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Busy girls, plenty of business.
Absolutely.
Now, one of the important things, of course, is people will ask, what are the advantages of having a property manager?
Well, there's many advantages really. You're always going to get the time when you get that difficult tenant or that difficult property that has maintenance issues. We take the stress and the worry away from the owner, so they've got more time to handle things, you know, get on with their own lives and make sure that their investment is well looked after.
So in other words, the landlord doesn't want the tenant ringing them at 5
All
o'clock.
hours, no.
And do they do this?
They do on occasion, yes.
Right. Now, for instance, in this weather that we're having at the moment with the rain that we've had over the last few weeks, how do you handle leaky roofs?
Well, obviously the tenant needs to phone us firstly so that we are aware of the leaky roof, and then we've got maintenance people on call to do whatever our requirements need be.
What happens if they ring at 10 o'clock at night?
We ring our maintenance people at 10 o'clock at night.
So you can actually do that. I mean, I know it's facetious to say that, but it actually does happen.
It does happen. Obviously it's a little bit more costly for the owner if it's after hours, but at the end of the day it's going to be less costly than what it is if the roof is not attended to.
Right, so peace of mind.
Absolutely.
All right, so we've talked about the advantages of, well, one of the advantages, of course, is maintenance, because it's always an issue. In fact, we're talking about warrant of fitnesses for houses. What sort of inspection do you do? Well, Jo,
Oh, we do. Thank you.
Yeah.
We do a very thorough inspection. We include photographs of any parts of damage, any mould, which there's a lot of mould at the moment in a lot of properties in Christchurch. Anything that needs to be brought to the owner's attention. We also just take photos of the house so the owner sort of sees what sort of condition it's in.
So this is pre-tenanting?
No, during the tenancy
During
as well.
the tenancy as well. So how
every
often
3
are
months.
Every 3 months the inspections. Are they snap inspections or are they signalled? Do you ring the tenant and say, well, look, we're coming to inspect?
Oh, absolutely, we
time?
do. We have to give them notice.
Right, okay. So you inspect. Once you've carried that out, what happens when the tenant leaves? What's
Then
the
we do
procedure?
another end of tenancy inspection, and that comes down to whether they get the bond back and how much of the bond.
Right. Okay. Now, one of the most important things that you carry out is tenant selection. First of all, Jo, I'll ask you, how do you go about tenant selection?
We're very thorough with our tenant selection, and it includes credit checks and reference checks. Unfortunately, we can't do police checks. It would be very handy if we could. But yeah, very thorough. Yeah.
Do you ring back and say, where else have you been living? Do you do that?
We ring the current landlord.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Once you've selected a tenant, do you make the introduction? Do you match up landlord with tenant?
The landlord generally won't meet the tenant. We are in effect the landlord at that time, so we look after any issues that the tenant may have. I mean, there are some landlords that like to introduce themselves to a tenant, but generally we find it's a smoother process if we keep it separate, so that the landlord can get on with living their life worry-free.
And a problem too is when you introduce a tenant to a landlord, they start ringing the landlords.
Right.
And
So
they forget that we're the ones that need to be ringing. I've just been through that with one of my owners, and he just said, just tell them to stop.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're really the agent.
Absolutely.
And you handle everything.
Yeah.
Right. How about setting a rent? Do you carry out arbitration, or do you suggest to the landlord that he sets a certain rent?
We do. We
and then
research it.
Do you negotiate it
With the tenant?
with the tenant?
No, we
You
don't. No, generally, they're not negotiable. Yeah, it's easy enough to find tenants, good tenants at the moment in Christchurch. So,
Right.
Yeah.
So different properties, different sizes, reflect different costs.
Yes.
At the moment, there's also a phenomenon where you're renting out actual rooms, separate rooms in
Yes.
houses. Do you handle that?
Jo has
Yeah.
a few properties along those lines.
Tell me about those.
So you're just renting out a room. Some of the rooms come with ensuite, some don't. Generally, like we've got, say, for example, a 7-bedroom house. It's got 2 bathrooms, so the tenants share the bathrooms, the kitchen, and the living areas, and they just have their own
So
bedroom.
it's communal.
Communal, it is,
living.
yes. And I mean, the rent that they pay it covers power and phone and internet and Sky TV, and we have a cleaner as well.
So the power is divvied up, is it, in that respect?
Just, yeah, included in the rent.
Included in the rent. So if you're having multi-tenants, it would be a nightmare for a landlord, wouldn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
So you take the worry away. All right. What about payouts? Now, how does that occur? How does the finance occur? Once it's all been set up, is it a weekly, monthly basis?
That's up to the owner. They have the option of getting a half monthly payout or a monthly payout. So that's something that they decide at the beginning of our management, and it gets set up in our system that way.
And then do you take care of the fees, and you also take care of all the maintenance expenses as well out of those fees?
Absolutely, it comes out of their income from the rentals.
Well, there we are. So if you're looking to rent and you want good property management, you'll go to Tops. There we are, Tops Realtors Limited. You'll find them at 135 Farrington Avenue in Bishopdale. Telephone number is 359 5595. Thank you, ladies.
Zane from South Island Refrigeration and Heat Pumps joins me now. Hi and welcome, Zane.
Thank you.
Zane, tell me, we are getting some really good frosts now.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome in the morning, aren't they?
They just, and I must admit, I am so thankful for my heat pump. What is there an issue with the outside unit freezing in these temperatures?
Often you'll get sort of frost on the outdoor unit. Now, what that is the outdoor unit is actually absorbing heat energy out of the air outside. So when they freeze up, the unit will stop, go into a defrost, melt that off, continue on heating your house. Now, a lot of the older units didn't really recover as well.
Right.
But compared to the newer units, the new inverter models, the new refrigerants that they're on, they don't tend to have as much of an issue when it gets cold. Of course, it is going to defrost when it gets colder, but they recover a lot better than the older ones did.
Is this the importance of being able to have these running on overnight time, you know, at a nice temperate level, 24/7? Will that stop that as well?
No. Unfortunately, they still go into a defrost when it gets sort of below zero. But having one sized correctly, a newer model, when I say a newer model, it could be 5 years old and it's still new.
Okay, yeah, sure.
It's still doing what it should be doing when it gets down below zero. But obviously having them serviced, having them looked after, don't freak out when they turn themselves off and then they start back up. It's all normal. We get a lot of calls about that each year. My heat pump stopped, and it's fine. You just got to wait a little bit for it to do the defrost, and then it'll continue on doing what it's doing. So
very sophisticated pieces of machinery.
They are, and they definitely work in the cold temperatures. A couple of years ago, we put a heat pump in at Broken River Ski Field.
Yes.
And the only issues they've had with it there is the keys keep getting to the insulation.
Oh, that's absolutely fantastic.
It's still heat perfectly fine in those colder temperatures.
Now, let's talk about the little green box here, please, can we?
We can.
Now, this is your Enviro End. Tell me about this.
Now, what this does is it removes moisture out of your home by bringing in the warmer, drier air from up inside the ceiling space.
Okay.
And we can also integrate a heat transfer kit with that. So if you've got a fireplace and obviously it's sort of 30 odd degrees in the room that the fire's in and your bedrooms are cold, we can pick up that air and drop it into the bedrooms to heat those bedrooms off a ventilation system.
What about in my living area, and I want it also that nice sort of 18 degrees to go through to both bedrooms as well?
Unfortunately,
would this be ideal?
Unfortunately, it doesn't work so well with heat pumps, because if you think of heat pumps being at 20 degrees in the room, 21 degrees, and then you're shifting the air loses a bit of temperature. It's not so bad with a fire because it's so hot.
Do you know what? It's really nice to get somebody honest about that.
Yep.
To have the honest truth instead of saying, yeah, go ahead and do it. If you want honesty and fantastic service, contact Zane and his team on South Island Refrigeration and Heat Pumps. Phone 0800 123 125. Paul Laban from Laban Knitwear joins us now. Now, Paul, you're here under, I'm really good, but you're here under a slightly different umbrella today, aren't you?
Yes, we've closed our shop up. We're trading from home.
Okay.
At 3228 416. If anyone wants to ring, make an appointment to come and have a look, or I'm quite welcome to travel to anybody's place in the metropolitan area or whatever. There'd be a small charge, but if they purchase something or they want to purchase something and I don't have that size, it'll be for nothing.
Okay, splendid. Let's get on with some of these beautiful pieces.
Okay.
Now, is it still the same prices that we're looking at?
No, all those there, 150 bar 2, which is the thicker possum merino we have, are down to 150. They were 250.
God.
And
look at this, ladies. Ladies and men, open your eyes.
We have a cheaper range in the back of 138 bar 1.
Oh, is that this
bar
one
2,
here?
sorry, yeah.
Is
They're
it that
down
one
to
there?
$70.
Oh my goodness, look at these.
I wear them all the time. The one I've got on's Possum Merino, and
Oh, I was just
the
saying
warmest garment
actually,
you can buy.
you've got them
Yeah.
for a lifetime,
Yeah,
haven't you?
yeah.
Once you've
We have
purchased.
this one here with the clasp
Oh,
on it.
that's gorgeous.
That's
Look at
actually 170. That one. There's a wee bit more to it.
that. Wow.
and everything.
Okay, let's keep chugging through so they can see.
Pattern 12 with the zip right to the top.
Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah, that's a pattern.
And then that one's got
We have that in teal,
Oh, okay.
charcoal, red, lupin, and the brownie colour. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So they all come in about 6 different colours.
Okay, sure. And I love all the different styles that you've got as well, actually.
Yep.
Paul, too, you've got some great styles there.
Pink, that's the a pinkish colour. We
Oh,
have
isn't that
those in
lovely?
a V-neck
Yeah,
or a
that's
crew neck.
gorgeous. Yeah.
Then we go on to men's.
Oh, yes, look at these
That's
guys.
a sleeveless vest.
So how
in
much are we
natural.
looking at for
And
these?
that man's one is 120 from memory. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great buying.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Great
150. That's 150 bar 2 at $150.
Gosh, what a great idea to have a morning tea and get a few of the crew
Yeah, sure.
around, a
Yeah,
few
I've
of your
done it
friends
before.
around.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, and have a
That's
look
a
at
natural similar one, pattern
beautiful.
22.
Yeah, that's the colour of mine. It's
Yeah.
lovely. It goes
Yeah.
with everything,
Yeah.
that. But these are men's ones, these
Yes,
big ones here.
that's
Yep.
there is a woman.
That's a woman's. Isn't that nice too? Lovely
That's a
rich.
man or a woman's, just pattern 20 pullover. They're actually, those blue ones and the
Oh,
brown
yeah,
ones are
nice.
down to 120.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
that's a gorgeous kind of denim-y blue, that
Yep.
one. That's lovely as well. Gosh. And you've got cardigans here.
Oh, I've got everything. Yeah, button up.
You have, haven't you? And look,
button up
I've
there.
got to show you these as well. That how you know these beautiful cable ones, of course, are
Aaron's,
so
yeah.
fashionable now as well. And this one, our floor manager today, she's absolutely fizzing at the bung over this one here.
Yep.
And of course, Paul's got, can't show you. You'll have to give him a ring on 322 8416. The number 322 8416.
And here we are today at On Time at Cavendish. How are you, Georgia?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, I'm good.
Great.
Now, you've got more beautiful things for us to
We
look at
have.
today.
We've got the most beautiful range of glasses and giftware and things like that in. So come
You've
and
got
show
a
it
bit
to
of
you.
a theme going
We
on.
do
haven't we?
indeed. So we've got a bit of a romance love sort of theme. So we've got our
Aw.
beautiful glasses here. These can all be engraved as well, which is just so fantastic.
Oh, wow, what a
so how
lovely
perfect
touch.
are they for even like your date night, wedding, something like that? Just gorgeous.
They
So
are
we've
stunning, and I picked them up before, and they're a beautiful weight.
They
as
are.
Well. It's
They're
really nice to
not-
drink out of because
It
it's really,
is.
you want to drink out.
That's the
of
first
a
thing I
really
said.
Quality
Yes,
glass.
It is. It's so nice, not too light or anything. They're just so stunning. I love them so much.
Beautiful gift.
I
And
know.
then again to bring out on any, your anniversaries and things like that as well. Nice
Exactly.
bottle
I'd be
bubbles.
so stoked if my partner did something wrong and to come home to a nice glass of that.
I know, I agree.
He'd be forgiven straight
And
away.
the beautiful candlestick there as well.
Yes, I know. They're just stunning. And then the wee vase next to it. So we've got a bit of a theme going on, as you used to say when you're kids. First come love, then comes marriage, then comes the baby and the baby carriage,
That's
which is what
right.
we've sort of got going on at the moment.
Oh, lovely. And that beautiful vase there's stunning. I've got a really special vase that my nana gave to me
Oh,
for my
lovely.
16th birthday. And it's something I've still got.
Yes.
And it's so nice to have those
Yeah, they're just stunning. I love the Swarovski crystals on them. So beautiful and all such a reasonable price.
Well, that's the thing here, is that your prices are absolutely
I
amazing.
know, you'd just be shocked when you look at things like this and the quality of them just for such a fantastic
Now,
price.
if we come along and look at the pocket
watches.
they are
These
beautiful.
they've been so popular. People getting married, 21st gifts, best man, everything like that. And you can engrave on all of them as well. And they're all mechanical, so you just give them a quick wind up
Yeah.
and away they go. No batteries or anything. They are so gorgeous and they've got such nice finishes on them, perfect for engraving.
Oh, yeah, and they're saying, yeah, and a lovely 21st present.
I
And
know.
then the beautiful baby
is the
things.
beautiful
Now,
baby.
That is just stunning, the way they rattle.
I know, and the wee
smile,
frames.
the
Also, the
booties.
wee frames can be engraved as well, which we love, and the wee booties. And the beautiful baby in the background is Don and Julie's grandson.
Oh, wow! Oh, that's so neat.
He is lovely.
Oh, stunning.
Very, very
so
nice.
people really do need to come on down
They
and have a
do.
look at your stunning range, because while, it looks so beautiful in real life, you
Yes,
really need to
it
come
does,
down
and it's just
touch
too
them
much
and
to put
see
on
and
camera.
see the shine. Wonderful. The thing as well, you've got a whole heap more, and as we can see on that back wall, you've got all your cuckoo clocks. You've just got the most amazing range here.
And also the barometer is perfect for coming into winter, seeing what the weather's doing. A massive range of those. Tide clocks for your fishermen, everything.
Wonderful. So come on down to On Time at Cavendish for all your clock and gift needs.
On Time at Cavendish. Now take note of the address because the council won't let them have signs. Unit 2, 150 Cavendish Road in Casebrook. Tony from Harold's joined me. I'm always laughing when you're on set with me.
We have a lot of fun.
We do actually, don't we?
Yep, we do. Hi everyone. Well, I started off with bargains today.
Oh.
These are two $5 a metre specials.
Oh my God, Tony.
This one was $9.95. I think the other one was too. Yeah, both $9.95.
These are beautiful.
Yeah, polycotton poplins. Now, there's not a range of colours. We've only got blues in these. So,
but that blue is exactly that blue.
As luck would have it.
Isn't it?
Anyone would have thought I would have coordinated that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, how beautiful to team them up together.
Yeah. So they're 150 wide. So if you want to do cushions, pillowcases, shirts, nightshirts, sheets, duvet backing, anything like that, for $5 a metre and 5 feet wide, 150 centimetres wide, you cannot go wrong.
No, you can't.
Pre-shrunk.
Oh, goodness me. Okay, beautiful. Now, this is a stunner.
This is called Ooh La La.
Ooh La La.
And it's a sequined lace.
Oh, how beautiful.
So it's really, really nice, but not expensive. It's only $29.95 a metre on sale. It's normally $39.95, but we've got $10 a metre off at the moment. And $29.95 a metre is the sale price. And then you can put colours underneath this.
Oh, that's beautiful.
You know, say, okay, just pick something random like this piece of nylon. But
yeah,
if you put that under there, and suddenly
the colour.
You've got the colour coming through.
Yeah.
It's just stunning.
Do you know what this reminds me of? My mother and grandmother, having spent so much time in Italy, they used to have the beautiful pieces, triangular pieces that they used to just drape over their head and their shoulders from their sundresses, you know, before they'd enter church.
That would be...
Over there, gorgeous.
Yeah, that would be real heirloom in that case, wouldn't
absolutely.
it? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anyway,
stunning.
It's one of the interesting things we have down at Harold's.
So if you're doing a trip to Europe...
Yeah, buy that. This is a very, very high-tech wind-blocking fleece from Germany.
It feels like
heaven.
It's
amazing. $39.95 a metre. Even if the surface gets wet, you won't, because it's got a membrane in it to stop the wind and the water, and it's breathable.
Wow.
So just one of the high-tech ones.
And so what's the width of this one?
140.
140?
140.
And the price is?
$39.95.
$39.
Yep.
God,
all the way from Germany.
Great price. That feels like heaven.
And if you want just, say, a cycling type jacket or you're going skiing, don't forget a huge amount of waterproof, breathable nylons.
Wow.
And they sort of vary from about the $20 to $30 for the top end ones.
So it's very important to have this the right way round then, Tony.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There is an inside and wrong. That's the outside.
This is, the colours are always the outsides.
And there's merino batting as well. Get in on for the merino batting for under blankets. No sewing required. $34.95 a metre. A metre does a single bed.
Merino batting, that would be flying sheep.
That would be.
OK, Harold's a trusted name in fabrics. Their warehouse is at 47 Birmingham Drive. Open 10 till 4 Monday to Saturday, 338 7700. Nice to see you fully dressed today there, Tony.
I haven't got my footy shorts on today, everyone.
No, he hasn't. Thank goodness for that.